Okay, so Lightyear just came out in theaters, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the first fully theatrical release for Pixar since Onward. And I'm very happy to see Pixar back on the big screen. Now, when they first announced this movie, I was a bit confused. Did Buzz suddenly just split up from the Toy Story crew? What was this movie going to be about? Then the trailers came out and it all made a little bit more sense. So Lightyear is basically supposed to be a movie Andy watched in theaters back in the 90s, the most progressive 90s movies apparently in that universe, that made him want the Buzz Lightyear toy. And it makes sense, this movie is pretty good. So essentially, this is a very high concept sci-fi adventure, very much in the same vein as Interstellar time traveling stuff. There are some very few references and nods to the Toy Story franchise, but this movie absolutely stands alone. I gotta say, the supporting characters in this movie, for the most part, are the most annoyingly idiotic, bumbling morons I've ever seen on screen. They eventually grow on you, but Jesus Christ, they made it hard for me. The decisions they made were so stupid and consecutive, they were legitimately getting on my nerves. I was losing my patience in that theater. I guess that was the entire point of that, but Jesus Christ, that was tough. With that said, there is one supporting character who is the MVP of the entire movie, and that is Socks. I love Socks so much. I am a cat guy, as you can obviously tell, and that little guy was getting the biggest laughs in the room every single time he was on screen. Hey Hope, say hi. You wanna say hi? Say something. Now, I'm well aware that he's just there for merchandising, and I don't care, he earned that shit. The character of Buzz Lightyear is in many ways what we already remember and know from the original Toy Story franchise, before they turned him into an absolute moron.
It's a secret mission in uncharted space. Let's go!
I think I have to go.
Where are you going? Why?
Should we all go? Are we going?
No time to explain. Attack!
No time to explain.
Oh no!
Okay.
But it still feels fresh and new, a little one note I might add, but still compelling enough for me. Tim Allen didn't return to voice Buzz Lightyear in this one. That would be Chris Evans, and he fits this version of the character way better. And remember, Tim Allen is a bit older nowadays, so his voice is not the same as it used to be. So for this version of the character, a bit younger Buzz Lightyear, Chris Evans ate this role up. I wanted to add that I clearly remember a Buzz Lightyear animated show from when I was a kid, but I can't find it anywhere. And I'm pretty sure Disney is trying to gaslight us here to pretend it never happened, but I remember it was dope. There's an emotional, very emotional scene that kind of feels like that opening sequence from Up, but not quite as hard-hitting as that was. It almost got there, but not quite. There are some very cool space action scenes, and the animation, holy shit. There was a scene that I could make out Buzz's veins and sweat popping out of his forehead. Pixar animation is always top-notch. I'm gonna talk real quick about the elephant in the room and the controversy surrounding the couple kissing in the movie. A lesbian couple just smooched for half a second in the movie. That's it. It's not a big deal, guys. It doesn't affect the way you watch a movie. It doesn't affect the story. It's just there. It's just there. I think they're setting us up for a sequel with this movie, and that would make sense because then they could bring that belt the other Buzz Lightyear was wearing in Toy Story 2. Remember that? There was one thing in this movie that didn't quite make sense for me, and it wasn't even with this movie. It's the way this movie impacted the Toy Story universe, or didn't impact it, should I say. The logic they're going for with this movie is that Andy watched it back in the 90s, and they made a Buzz Lightyear toy from that movie. But we never got to see any of the other characters as toys. in the Toy Story universe. So it kind of messed with my mind that they didn't go for that, even though there are characters in this movie that are clearly meant to be toys in our world. But yeah, I feel they would have made more toys from more characters from this movie in the Toy Story universe, but they didn't do that. So yeah, it kind of stood out for me. Overall, I think it's a fine Pixar movie. It was fun. It's a great sci-fi adventure for kids. They're gonna love it. It's fun, it's emotional. It's not Pixar's best, but it's still a good time at the movie. Anyways, guys, those are my thoughts on Lightyear. Have you seen this movie? If you have, please let me know down in the comments below. What do you think about it? Remember to follow me at caffeine.prince98 on Instagram and at NJUltraFlickShow on TikTok. I don't have Twitter because I hate it, and Facebook is for the memes. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.